Hello everyone, welcome to Dikshant classes. Good morning everybody. Today I am going to discuss about the MRTP Act, which is abbreviated as Monopoly Restrictive Trade Practices Act, which comes in 1969 and it is replaced with Competition Commission Act 2002. First of all, discuss about monopolistic and restrictive trade practices acted. The directive principles of our constitution suggest that the ownership and control of materials resources should be widely distributed, and there should be no concentrations of wealth and means of production. With this in mind, the monopolistic and restrictive trade practices Act 1969 was enacted so as to ensure that the operation of economic systems does not ensure that operation of the economic systems does not result in concentration of economic power to the common man determined, provide the control of monopolies, prohibit monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. The Act was amended in 1974, 1980, 1984, 1988, and 1989. The Act placed many restrictions on companies having assets for more than 100 crore in respect of new project expansions, diversification, merger, and even in appointment of directors. The next is scope of MRTP. Restrictive trade practices, unfair trade practices, and monopolistic trade practices, and concentration of economic power. Trade practices that are MRTP Act regulated. Monopolistic trade practices. This refers to the misuse of one holds in the market to abuse the market with respect to the production and sale of commodities and services. As a part of this practice, eliminated or prevented competition. Took advantage of the monopoly by charging consumers with unreasonably high price, deteriorated the quality of products, limited technical development, and adopted unfair trade practice. Means that the competitor and the monopolist eliminate or prevent competition. Took advantage of the monopoly by charging higher price with the consumers. Deteriorate the quality of product, decline the quality of product, limited technical development, adopted unfair trade practices. Next is restrictive trade practices. In order to gain powers and the market and then maximize their profit, traders often elected block the flow of capital to the production. These traders are also affected by supply by bringing to in conditions for delivery, which in turn gave rise to unjustified cost. Next is unfair trade practices. Unfair trade practices are comprises of a false representation for the second-hand goods and a new good as a new goods. The monopolists represent goods as the second-hand good and new goods. Misleading representation. The monopolists misrepresent misleading of the goods of quality of goods, style, usefulness, standard, etc. False claim or representation on the price. The monopolists represent false claims on the representation of price of goods and services, represent false warranties on the guarantees of goods and services without performing adequate testing on the product. The monopolists represented false facts. False facts are given regarding the affiliation, sponsorship, etc. Next is MRTP Commission. To carry out this act, the government established the following. So the commission consisting of minimum 2 and maximum 8 members. The chairman of this commission has to be qualified Supreme Court judge or High Court judge for a state. Member of this commission possess adequate knowledge and experience or have shown capability in handling issues related to law, economics, commerce, industry, and then accounting or public affairs. The office period of member of the commission could not exceed 5 years. During the inquiries before the commission, the Director General of Investigation and Registrations assisted the commissions in carrying out the investigations, maintaining the register of agreements, and undertaking carriage of proceedings. The Monopolistic Policies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969 Act repealed and replaced by the Competition Commission Act 2002 with effect from 1st September 2009, notification dated 28 August 2009. MRTP Act deals with the concentration of economic power, competition law, consumer protection. Next is Competition Act 2002. Competition Act 2002 is meant to create a commission that prevents activities that which adversely affect competition and initiate and sustain competition in industry. Further, it's aimed at protecting the consumer interest and promoting freedom of trade. To regulate advertising in the 1984, the Parliament inserted a chapter Unfair Trade Practices in the Monopoly Restricted Trade Practices Act 1969. The Monopoly Restricted Trade Practices Act 1969 has the directive principle of trade policy embedded in the Consumer Constitution of India. It recovered the essence of the President of India 27 December 1969. The Monopoly Restricted Trade Practices Act was intended to curb the rise of concentration of wealth in a few hands and monopolistic practice. It was repealed in September 2009 and the Act and Successive Competition Act 2002. The Competition Bill 2001 was introduced in Lok Sabha by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on 6 August 2001. Next is Objective of Competition Act 2002 to protect the interest of consumers. The act is protect the interest of consumer, to promote competitions in the market, to create a fund to be called competition fund, the establishment of Competitions Commission of India, then to remove the negative aspects of competition. Thank you so much for listening carefully. If you have any doubt, any query, you can comment it. I will surely make videos. Thank you so much.